MiniBloxia and TanqR are the biggest Roblox Bedwars YouTubers and are widely considered as the best players. However, people have debated over who is better. So today, I'll analyze both TanqR and MiniBloxia to determine who is the better player. So I'm a fan of both TanqR and MiniBloxia, so I'll try to make this as unbiased as possible. So first of all, what makes a good Bedwars player? I mean, there's many different skills you should master, so I'm gonna divide this into 4 parts: sword fighting, aim, building, and juking. I mean, you kinda need to be good at all 4 of these things if you wanna be a pro Bedwars player. Sword fighting is one of the most important things in PvP. There are also many ways to sword fight, whether it's spam clicking, timing your clicks, or being one of those kids who just auto-click. Mini usually has his character in shift lock while spam clicking and jumping around the enemy, and he also aims the crosshair at the enemy. This is actually a really good strategy. In fact, one of my friends made a great video showing how this strategy works, and it actually extends your reach by 1 block.
Obviously, I can hit him like this, right? But now, if I stand 5 blocks away and I try to hit him, oh, I can't. Watch what happens when you put the shift lock circle on the character.
And as you can see, your reach extends 1 block. On the other hand, TanqR is usually in first person when he PvPs, because you actually have a longer reach in first person. And he also times his clicks, and your hits on the enemy actually register quicker. So the advantage TanqR has is that his hits register even faster than Mini's. But there's one thing we have to consider. Since TanqR is usually in first person, he can't really see his surroundings. However, Mini is always in third person, so that means he can see more of his surroundings. That way, it would be easier for Mini to hit TanqR than for TanqR to hit Mini. So honestly, I think Mini would beat TanqR in a sword fight. So that's 1-0 for Mini. Up next, we have bows. Mini and TanqR are both amazing at the bow and hit some of the cleanest shots you've seen in Bedwars. Like, take a look at this clip.
I see him right there.
Even when the enemy was invisible, he still managed to shoot him off. On the other hand, Mini has made some pretty awesome plays himself, like this clip right here.
You can't do it.
But it is quite hard to determine who is better at the bow, because there is one problem. On YouTube, people usually leave in the best clips for their videos to boost their audience retention. So I'm pretty sure that Mini and TanqR cut out lots of the parts where they miss. I mean, it's pretty understandable and pretty smart if you want to make good content. For example, in Spec's Zombie Rush video, Mini missed quite a bit of shots because most of the footage was uncut. And I'm pretty sure that TanqR also missed lots of shots that were cut out of the video. So it's very difficult to decide who is truly better at the bows. So I'm gonna have to call it a tie. When I say building, I don't mean building as in building a 17-layer bed defense. Like, what are you doing? I'm talking about building and rushing the base next to you. Mini is a more defensive player who usually makes sure he gets the enemy low with a few bow shots, or waits for the enemy to go in the shop and then break the bed. TanqR, on the other hand, is a more offensive player. He just charges into the enemy's base without giving them any time to think. With TanqR's offensive strategy and Mini's more defensive strategy, and having both of them being very close in PvP skill, I think TanqR will win this one. The best defense is a good offense. Juking is a very important skill to learn in Bedwars. Dodging arrows, dodging the enemy's attacks, all of that is very important. TanqR usually uses the layout of the map to his advantage.
We go over. There we go. Ah! Let's go up.
Mini, on the other hand, is a god at juking. He managed to juke 30 people in Spec's Zombie Rush video. And he's incredibly good at using blocks to his advantage.
I'm at build cap! No! What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Huh? So I thought, build up again. What you gonna do about it? Nope.
Mini is usually faster with his jukes, and he has more efficient juking strategies than TanqR does. Plus, he's also handled way more intense situations by juking people out. I know Mini and TanqR both did a 1v30, but in Mini's 1v30, he fought 30 players who are decent at the game. In TanqR's 1v30, he fought 30 random people, and some of them were kinda clueless. So I think it's safe to say that Mini gets a point for this one, which means Mini wins free too, making Mini slightly better than TanqR, at least in my opinion. But that's not all. We have yet to see an official 1v1, and none of my points are 100% accurate. So take my analysis with a grain of salt. Who really knows? Maybe TanqR could take the W. Or Mini. I mean, it would be pretty exciting to see the two of them actually 1v1. But for now, it's an unsolved mystery.